Ridge pine.
Golly, I'm telling you right now.
Where'd you find that?
At work.
Oh, at work,
Yeah.
out in the woods?
Yeah. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's strong, yeah. Strong. That's probably all that I need, I hope.
So this evening we're going to enjoy the first fire of the year outside. It's kind of, it was really cold this morning, or it felt really cold to me, probably didn't to Matt, but it's kind of warmed up now. So it's not like we need it. But we'd already decided that that's what we were going to do for supper. Matt's got the fire going good, and when it gets a good bed of coals, we're going to have some, what are we going to have? Some steak and some, probably a salad and maybe a baked sweet tater to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
You watching the fire?
Yeah, well,
Pretty.
it's beautiful. I love fire. I love to sit around the fire, don't you?
Remember, I used to build a fire and come out here and sit to myself all the time, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Or not?
Mm-hmm. So, of course, Katie's here with us, and Austin and Corey's coming. So it'll be nice to be together tonight, eat some good food, sit around the fire.
Sit there in the camera.
Yeah, there's Katie. You're going to have to bend over.
I have to squat so that my head's not cut off.
Katie's found a pretty leaf, looks like. Really pretty. The leaves are falling fast. There's not going to be none left for long.
No, the end of this month, the trees are going to be naked. If it keeps this up, they'll be close to naked.
When you were little, one time you told me, Mama, your blueberry bushes are naked. It's in the winter. Katie we were outside playing or working or whatever we were doing. They were playing, me and Matt was working probably, and she ran up to me and said, Mama, your blueberry bushes is naked.
Naked.
All the leaves had fallen off, and she had just then noticed.
That's
sweet.
funny. Where'd you get the bricks from?
I don't remember.
Cool. They've been out here a while, though. Haven't they? Am I crazy? Have they?
Alright, y'all back to work.
Okay.
I got my rocks all going. I need to go see if the rocks fell off.
Don't step on that.
Gosh, it's dry. to move them around with.
Okay. These right there are crazy.
Huh?
And even in between those two rocks, they'll be getting warm, won't they? That one's already on fire.
He went to the bathroom before we left, and the bathroom's right, or there is a bathroom right by his desk. And so I was just standing outside, and there's this little boy. He was like this tall, little blonde-headed boy, and I couldn't. I was around a corner. I was like, well, I finally came, and I couldn't see his parents that were back there. And he's like, he walked right over to Austin's desk and stood by his chair and said, "I'm gonna do some work." I thought that's so cute. I never said anything, and when Austin missed it when he came out, I told him.
Ah, that's cute.
So that was really cute. And it's nice. They have this like right up, his office is just a few feet from the door where the break room's at. And the break room is like 4 times the size of y'all's, probably the living room or our living room too. And there's like a wall where there's probably like, 8 or 10 microwaves and all this vending machine stuff and snacks and stuff. So it's like really nice.
You bring the focus?
Yeah.
Surely to goodness them's done as long as they've been on there.
I would think so.
Huh?
I smell them. They smell good.
And I'm gonna get the fire back here.
peppers?
I do. Did you try them, Austin? Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
So we got through eating. It was a wonderful meal. Matt cooked the steaks just perfect. They were perfection. The potatoes were really good. We actually ate sweet potatoes, but they were white sweet potatoes. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not. We really love those. I've not eaten them in a long time, but when I was growing up, that was Granny and Pap. They preferred the white ones instead of the more orangey, the ones that most people think of when they think of a sweet potato. They are orange. But the other day, I was taking Granny to the doctor, and when I do in Peachtree, she always wants to stop at the produce stand. So we stopped, and we went in, and while Granny was looking, I seen they had white sweet potatoes, and I thought, oh my goodness, I've not seen those in so long. So I got some, and they were really good. Katie even said, Katie and Corey said they'd never eaten them before. But anyway, Katie said that they were her favorite. She liked them better than the orange ones, and I think I do too. It had just been so long since I'd had them, I'd kind of forgot about them. So Matt's got our fire built up real nice, and the sun's going down, so it's getting a little chill. It's gonna be nice. I don't know where the three, Austin and Corey and Katie, they went to carry some of the stuff in, and they've never come back. So hopefully they'll be back in a few minutes, and we can have some marshmallows.
Do where she can see it.
That's what I'd like to do in our living room. I'd love to do that.
Where's
Just a
one
little
do
small
here?
one. That would be, in the wintertime, that'd be fantastic.
The one in the studio that Annie Fain and Jerome have, it's only like, like that. I mean, it's little.
That's all you need.
And it's got a glass door, and it will run you out
If
of
you
that
had
room.
one the size we've got in the basement, in the living room, it'd cook.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No.
The one they've got's really nice, and the stove wasn't in Andy's house. He had that fireplace that was like 7 or 8 feet deep.
Right.
But wasn't there
Double-sided, wasn't it?
But wasn't there like a insert in that or something? Do y'all remember that?
I don't remember.
You see double-sided
Seems like, yeah,
fireplaces
seems like there was.
in them old houses.
Those inserts are really nice.
Dad did most of that, but we backed him, like, to the back of his chair was facing us, and we walked backwards, like, from the top of the driveway.
I can't believe he tried to come up our driveway.
Are you and your
And
daddy?
we don't know how long he'd been sitting there.
Daddy won't.
No one said it.
By
I'm gonna expect your daddy to do it too.
Golly.
Thank you, baby.
All right, this will be mine. This will be yours. Yours is going in the coal.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna catch mine on fire right off the bat.
We gotta make one for Dobby.
She would eat it.
Think about it. He's getting hers burnt.
I like mine burnt. I didn't know I did, but apparently I do. Which that didn't sound like a really smart thing to say. I didn't know I did, but I do. I learned that because,
You learned that you liked yours black?
yeah. And I learned that because,
They're crunchy?
The little skin on the outside of them is good.
Yeah.
I learned it because...
Especially if it's that caramel brown.
Oh yeah.
It's yours, on it?
Ew.
Yeah.
Back in the early 80s. Me and Eric went camping. And squirrel and grouse hunting. And we got just, not anything, just some rudimentary food. But one of the breakfasts was going to have bacon and eggs, and we packed that in there while we was camping. It was a pretty good place. Well, he didn't have enough. He didn't pack enough clothes or sleeping bag, and he was cold. And we was just sleeping on the ground, and it was pretty cold. So finally, about 3 o'clock, he got up and he said, "I got to build this fire up." He said, "I'm freezing to death." So we got the fire built up real big, and I made a pot of coffee on the fire. And then we decided we'd just go ahead and cook breakfast. It was like 15 after 4 in the morning.
Golly.
So we had bacon and eggs. And seems like we might have had even some canned biscuits that we'd wrap around the stick and roll on the fire. You ever do that?
That sounds good.
Well, I was going to cook the bacon first and get it done. And we had these styrofoam plates. And as the bacon got done, we didn't have a lantern. So all we had was a firelight and you couldn't see good. I was getting the bacon out and putting it in there and just kept putting it and kept putting it and kept putting it till we got it all done, and then we was going to crack the eggs in the bacon grease. Finally went to put this down, and the hot bacon had eat the whole center out, and it was on the ground.
Golly.
Oh
Every piece of
no!
bacon we had.
Golly.
Aw.
And I just kept putting it in and just falling through the hole because I couldn't see it. So we didn't have one piece of bacon that was actually standing on it.
Golly.
That stinks.
So we ended up having, went ahead and cooked the eggs, and we didn't want to put the hot eggs in these crappy plates, so we just ate the eggs out of the pan. He got a fork and I got a fork, and we just sat there at the pan and ate the eggs out of it. Gosh, that was 40 years ago or longer, or better. We wasn't old enough to drive,
Yeah.
and we got Daddy to take us up there and drop us off, and you know where it was? Up in there above Becky's daddy, what was his name?
David.
Burnett Cove. David Burnett, all the way to the head of that. And then we turned and went, you could go across that little gap there, and it went down and back up, way back up on the side of the mountain up in there. That's the only time I was ever there. And when we got up that morning, there was frost on my hair and on my sleeping bag.
Oh my
We was just on
goodness.
the ground. It was cold. I never will forget that. You'd ask him, he'd tell you the same thing, ask him about the bacon. I'm sure he'd remember it.
Papa will come back.
And it was a whole pound of bacon. There's every bit of bacon we
Oh,
had.
God.
Come back and pick you up or what?
Yeah, we had to be back at the end of the road by a certain time. I don't know if it was the night, we may have stayed 2 nights, whichever day it was. And we walked out of there and we had our little backpacks and sleeping bags and shotguns.
Aw.
And he's sitting there waiting on us when we got there.
That's the. Now I might be able to go a day or 2 without showering, camping, but then I'd have to go down to the creek or whatever and try to.
Well, Richard,
Figure it
they'll
out.
bring a tub and boil water, and Richard will say, "I don't know about you boys, but I'm not going to be sweaty," and he'll get a washcloth and wash off. And all
I
that.
can assure you that I'll take a bath one way or the other. I'll take a bath down there at 30 degrees.
Corey I just took a bath down there at 30 degrees.
Yeah, but I mean, I
In
was
the
outside.
shower, no. In that
That was
spider-infested shower.
Y'all.
But I was in the woods.
Y'all, you don't. Spider is not even scary to the scorpion thing. The last time I was down there, me and you went a couple times, and it was just me and you. But anyways, I went in there to take a shower, and you know how it was. It was just
Gross.
not cool.
And not enough hot water.
It was a whole lot better than it once was.
Well, I know, but still, I went in there and I had all my clothes off, and I thought, what's on my toe? And I looked down, and on my left big toe was a scorpion sitting on it. And I flipped out and put my clothes back on, and I come and told you, and you got mad at me. Because I was like, Dad, like I was all scared,
He was all
and you
freaking
were...
out, and I said, "Did it sting you?" You said no, and I said, "Well, hush."
you got mad at
Look,
me.
all I remember.
And I went back in there and cut the shower on and acted like I took a shower. I didn't take a shower that night. I was just standing there in my clothes.
Look,
Got in,
y'all.
peed, and got out.
Gross. Y'all,
I got in there with a bat one time in
no,
that same shower.
that's
I
terrible.
hated that shower.
Did you know it was in there when you got in?
No, I was in there showering, soaping up, and I had my head down. I was facing the shower valves,
Oh no.
washing my hair, and I just had kind of opened my eyes, and I could see something in the floor, and I thought it was a sock.
Oh
And I kind of went like that, and it was a bat, and it rolled over on its back and went
no,
right at my toes,
no.
and I kind of freaked out.
Yeah,
It
Y'all,
was cold.
that'll do it.
I jumped out of
Oh,
there
man.
soap on me, and it's cold. in the room there, and then got back in and rinsed off,
That's
and
just
got out
terrible.
and took care of
It
it.
is so cold, but then once you got out and got your clothes on, you felt so good and you
Oh,
slept so good.
It is true.
Getting
That's
that cold,
true.
getting that camper and let it cold and get under all them covers is nice.
Hey, all I remember
My
about
little
that
bunk
is
bed. That was
the
we
grape
had bunk
soda
beds
and the
even
orange
on
soda.
vacation.
You guys remember the grape soda and the orange soda? Because I guzzled it by the gallon.
I
when was
drank the
down there.
cream soda and I come out of the camper with the cream soda. It was in a bottle and Papa thought I had beer.
It's like, what the
He was
heck?
like, what's she drinking? It's like, it's cream soda, don't worry.
We had those little bunk beds, and I kid you not, I mean, it get down to like upper teens, wouldn't it? When we was in that camper, so what I'd do is I had a sleeping bag, and that's the only time I'd sleep in socks. I'd long johns, socks, a long sleeve shirt, a sweatshirt, and a toboggan. And I'd nestle in those covers, and I kid you not, I ain't ever in my life to this day ever slept as good as I did there. And I had my own little bunk bed, and I had a little shelf, and I put some little stuff on the shelf.
I
And
wondered if I left stuff on my shelf up there. I better. Is it still there?
No, both of you got it. What I left in it that I regret was my sleeping bag from when I was really young.
Well, you could get it back if he probably threw it away.
Probably gone. It was I got that sleeping bag in '82, and it was a North Face mummy bag. Expensive.
My dang cherry, remember my sleeping bags, the red mock sleeping bags with cherries on them and checkered flannel? Them things were warm and they're probably in
I
there.
hadn't thought about those in forever.
I can't remember where we got those. Somebody gave them to us.
Smoke.
I found a black and white checkered like this. But I don't like black and white. But this is my favorite one to have like this. I don't think I can top what I gave you last year, Dad. That was pretty cool. The shirt that had the deer hair in it.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. And I've not got to. I hunted in it up here during bow season, the lake.
Deer hair in it.
Yeah, she bought an old vintage, old Woolrich with the old World War II camo, the little small, and it actually had a white belly hair stuck on it in
Matt
a
was
place or two.
opening
Really?
it that morning. He was like, "This one's already been used in
Huh,
deer
that's
camp."
cool.
Oh, we were like, what?
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
we were
like
like,
them old
"Yeah, it's
jackets.
Yeah.
vintage. It's been used." Matt's like, "No, look, it's a deer hair."
Right.
It's like, this is cool.
Or,
Very cool.
And see, it's funny, I found it on Etsy, and what's funny about it is we were out here around the fire, but it was more like the summer, and I was gonna buy you the Woolrich jacket that you have that's buffalo print, the black and red or whatever? There was
Yeah, that
one,
was the what was it? The thrift store find. It was cheap.
and there was a blue, it was either
That's one of
blue
my
and
favorite
black,
shirts.
or black and green like that, and I should have bought it, and it got gone, and then I was mad at
Smoke
myself.
coming out of this rock.